Hello and welcome to Countrywide on Benue Television. I am Susan Ayo. The headlines. Benue Health Commissioner advises residents not to panic over impulse. President Bola Tinubu authorizes establishment of climate accountability and transparency portal. Plus, Federal Capital Territory Police Command identifies male cross-dresser found dead along Katampe Mubushi Expressway. Now the news in details. Benue State Commissioner for Health and Human Services Dr. Yama Otesi advises the people of the state not to panic on the outbreak of the monkeypox in Nigeria. The commissioner, in an interview with Benue Television at his office, assures people of adequate preparation to tackle the outbreak. Correspondent Matthew Iklono covers the interview and now reports.
The outbreak of monkeypox in Nigeria is causing worry to many people in Benue State. Commissioner for Health and Human Services Dr. Yaman Utisi says Benue people need not panic as there is no report of monkeypox in Benue, Nasarawa and Abuja. Dr. Yaman calls on the residents in the state to look out for symptoms of the disease and report to the 3 health institutions in the state.
Formerly called monkeypox, but now we call it mpox, has not been reported in Benue State because our emergency operations center has not reported any case of mpox.
Dr. Utisi assures Benue people of adequate preparation to tackle the outbreak if reported in the region.
We have our hospitals in Benue, 3 tertiary institutions in Benue State that can handle any of those problems. The teaching hospital, our state teaching hospital, Federal Medical Center Makudi, and Federal University of Health Sciences Otupo. These are tertiary health institutions we have that can manage it.
Medical experts say the monkeypox is a communicable and contagious disease that has so far claimed a lot of lives in other African countries. There are also fears of the disease continuing spread across countries. Matthew Ikulono, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Benue State has been grappling with a deadly disease that has claimed numerous lives over the years. The situation has become a significant concern for both residents and medical authorities in the state. The ailment, known as locally as Ambi in Tiv, Aplo in Idoma and Apiti in Igede, is medically referred as Buruli ulcer. Correspondent Matthew Iklono went around Makudi, the Benue State capital, to get the belief of the people on this ailment and the progress the health authorities have made so far in combating the disease.
Has been lost to this deadly and mysterious disease known in the local languages as Ambi, Aplo and Akpiti. According to traditional beliefs, the ailment is thought to be an affliction brought upon by traditionalists skilled in causing pain or death to their victims. The beliefs are deeply rooted in the culture of the 3 major tribes in Benue State, who asserted that there is no known medical cure for the ailment, only traditional remedies.
It's curable. Cure is not in the hospital. Okay. That is what you understand. Okay. The cure is not in the hospital. If you go to native doctors, those herbal doctors, they are the ones curing the Ambi.
It's a very dangerous disease that people are bringing from native doctors, herbalists to affect or afflict their fellow humans out of wickedness.
Some people send it from here and we don't know how the medicine will come that we will treat it. They don't matter, they call them Aplo, but and they call them Akpiti. So I will not know the medicine to treat it.
Kaini etete otega plo ekpitin wagyo etene mando kupia plo egane yote maba ele mi ko lo ti po mi ke pila abi egbe olowowo chone ti yogla.
However, Benue State Commissioner for Health and Human Services Dr. Yaman Utisi has provided a different perspective. He described the ailment as an infection caused by organism Mycobacterium oserians. Dr. Utisi explains that the disease typically begins as a painless swelling of the affected area, usually on the arms legs, or face. The commissioner is urging the people of Benue State to seek medical attention at the medical institution located in Makurdi, Boko, and Otukpo. He also highlighted the Ministry of Health is collaborating with international partners to combat this deadly disease.
Usually presents with swelling of lower limbs, with blisters, which erupts into wounds and they become ulcer. It is not a witchcraft illness, it's a mycobacterium illness. It can be treated. We have developed drugs that the organisms respond to it. The clarithromycin and the rifampicin taken for way over 56 days can completely clear the organism, while the ulcer will be treated like any chronic wound.
Recall that Dr. Yaman Otese had previously announced during the endowment fund for the establishment of a cancer center at the Benue State University Teaching Hospital in Makurdi that his ministry is actively working on ways to eradicate Buruli ulcer in the state. Matthew Ikulono, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Benue State epidemiologist Dr. Msuega Asima and state focal person for monkeypox Joy Akume have advised the public to practice and maintain proper personal hygiene to prevent the spread of monkeypox disease. The advice came as part of the discussion on monkeypox during Benue television live program Talk Health. Young Baja has details.
According to Dr. Asima, Mpox is a rare viral zoonotic infectious disease that is spreading across several African countries, including the tropical rainforests of the West and Central Africa. The exact reservoir of the virus is still unknown, although rodents, squirrels, and monkeys are suspected to play a part in its transmission. Dr. Asima during Talk Health says the symptoms are similar to other fevers but manifests with rashes.
The first symptom in most cases to appear is fever. Then after 1 to 3 days there is a rash. Then other symptoms like headache, muscle pain, general body pains, back pain, sore throat, they also can be seen in this patient.
Dr. Asima also says there are vaccines for Mpox and the Ministry of Health is yet to take delivery of the vaccines for Nigeria.
The vaccine that was used against smallpox and Mpox are from the same genus of the orthopox viruses and the same family of the poxviridae viruses. So they share similar clinical presentation and response to treatment.
Another guest on the program, Joy Akume, mentioned how people living with Mpox can be supported.
We shouldn't discriminate against people that come down with this disease. Like we said, it's not a death sentence. It's treatable. It's a self-limiting disease, meaning it can run the course of its time in 2 weeks if there are no complications and you're okay.
This new strain of Mpox virus, which is said to have emerged in eastern Congo and has since been detected in Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC), a total of 39 confirmed cases and 0 deaths have been recorded across 19 states and the FCT from the beginning of the year 2024. Iwange Baja, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
You're watching Countrywide on Benue Television. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. Glad to have you back on Countrywide. President Bola Tinubu has authorized the establishment of a Climate Accountability and Transparency Portal and other measures to ensure efficiency and accountability in the nation's participation in the 29th United Nations Climate Change Conference (COP29) in Baku, Azerbaijan, from November 11 to 22, 2024. Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Action Ajuri Ngelale announced this while speaking to newsmen in Abuja on Nigerians' preparation for the forthcoming climate conference. He also announced that the government would strictly implement cost-saving measures that will save the nation's nearly 10 billion naira during the COP29 relative to expenditures made during the COP28 in Dubai last year. Ngelale explained that there were concerns about the size of Nigerians' delegations and the associated expenditures during the COP28 in Dubai. He said in response to the developments, President Tinubu authorized an audit to fully understand and ascertain what happened and what must be done to ensure that such inefficiencies were not repeated. According to him, the audit revealed significant wasteful expenditures at COP28, including nearly $500,000 spent on a showcase pavilion, in addition to a number of wasteful subcontracts and consultancies, among many other avoidable expenses. Ngalale added that anyone with not engaging in activities directly linked to the attraction of climate engagement businesses opportunity and ushering new finance into the country will not be part of the federal government's delegation this time. Airstrikes by the Nigerian Air Force NAF fighter jets have killed 5 terrorist commanders and 35 fighters in the Arena area of southern Tumbes, Benue State. NAF spokesperson Vice Marshal Edward Gapquet announced this in a statement on Wednesday. The terrorist commander killed in the strikes, according to Gapquet, are Manzur Arika, Sani Dola, Amir Mundu, Ben Fulani Fari and Bokura Arena Chiki. He said the terrorists were killed during an air interdiction mission conducted on August 16, 2024. AVM Gapquet stated that the prior to the mission, intelligence had revealed the clandestine migration terrorists into the area from neighboring location. He said confirmatory intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance mission were further conducted on 12 and 15 August 2024, which identified numerous terrorist and active structures concealed under trees. He revealed that consequently, coordinated airstrikes were launched over by the location and the targets successfully engaged, resulting in the neutralization of several terrorists and the destruction of their structures. According to him, the operations has significantly degraded the operational capacity of the few remaining terrorists in the region. Gapquet added that the Nigerian Air Force remains committed to supporting the efforts of the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies in safeguarding the region and ensuring peace and security prevail. Following the ongoing face-off between the Nigerian Labour Congress and the police, the leadership of the union had asked its members to be ready to commence a nationwide strike if need be. The Labour Centre said in a communique issued after its Emergency National Executive Council in Abuja that it had directed all the state chapters and affiliates to mobilize workers for an indefinite strike if anything happened to the NLC President Joe Ajaero, who was invited by the police for questioning over terrorism financing allegations. The police invitation to Ajaero comes weeks after policemen conducted a night raid on the NLC National Secretariat in Abuja. Inspector General of Police Kayode Ebetekun, while justifying the raid, said the police were on the trail of one of the terrorists who masterminded this crisis in Sudan. He revealed that the raid was to search for seditious materials in connection with the nationwide hunger protest, which turned violence in some parts of the country, where some protesters were seen waving the Russian flag. The police said Ajaro should appear for questioning over allegations of terrorism financing and treasonable felony. Meanwhile, NLC lawyer Femi Falana's son wrote the police, asking that Ajaro's interview be shifted to August 29, 2024. Falana said Ajaro would be unable to honor the police invitation on Tuesday due to a prior engagement scheduled before the invitation was received. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command says it has identified the male cross-dresser found dead along the Katampe-Mubushi Expressway on August 8, 2024, and gave his name as Ifanyi Chukwu Aja Benedict. Spokesperson of the command, SP Josephine Ade, made this known in a statement on Wednesday. She said, sequel to a case of culpable homicide and discovery of an unidentified male corpse earlier mistaken for a female on August 8, 2024, operatives of the FCT command began a discreet investigation as ordered by the Commissioner of Police, CP Bennett Igwe. She stated that the family of the deceased had been contacted as they are aiding the police with necessary information. Ede and the preliminary investigations revealed that the individual was a man fully dressed in female clothing with no means of identification. Let's take another break. Please don't go away. Glad to have you back on Countrywide. The federal government has set up a 10-member committee to enforce the Supreme Court judgment delivered on the 11th July 2024, granting financial autonomy to local governments in Nigeria. Director Information and Public Relations in the Office of the Secretary to the State Government of the Federation, Shegu Imo-Hioson, disclosed this in Abuja. He said the SGF Senator George Akume, who inaugurated the Interministerial Committee, will himself chair it. Members are the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Member, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Accountant General of the Federation, Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria's Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Finance, Chairman, Revenue, Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, representatives of state governors and representatives of local governments. The federal government has said that a switch over from petrol-driven vehicles to compressed natural gas (CNG) vehicles would reduce the cost of transportation in the country. The Minister of Transportation, Saidu Alkali, said this during a walking visit to an international liquefied natural gas energy conversion, transportation and safety company in Abuja. Alkali said that the CNG-powered vehicles would change the Nigerian economy since transportation was the gateway to the nation's economy. He said that with the switch over to CNG, a lot of resources would be saved and the challenges with public transportation would be solved. The minister said that with CNG Government was redoubling efforts to providing safer and cheaper energy in the transportation sector, which should bring down the cost of goods and services. Also speaking, former special advisor to the President on Senate matters, Senator Ita Enang, said that CNG-driven vehicles would reduce the cost of transportation by 90%. Chief Operating Officer of the company, Samuel Uko, assured stakeholders of the company's efforts towards reducing the cost of transportation in the country. Uko said that the gas initiatives was President Tinubu's Renewed Hope Agenda project. He tasked all stakeholders on the need to do everything possible to support the government to bring down inflation rates in the country. With our report, we've come to the end of our bulletin this afternoon. Before we go, a recap of the top stories. Benue Health Commissioner has advised residents not to panic over mpox. President Tinubu has authorized establishment of Climate Accountability and Transparency Portal. We also told you that Federal Capital Territory Police Command has identified male cross-dresser found dead along Katampe-Mubushi Expressway. Thanks for being part of Countrywide and Benue Television. I am Susan Ayo. Remain blessed.